Hello, welcome to the Chronicle Postgame show alongside Meredith Cash. I'm Jack Dolgin. We're here after the Blue Devils get a 75-71 victory in the round of 32 against Yale, the 12th seed. The Blue Devils really close to the end. They were doing really well at first. Things began to slip away. First, let's talk about how well they did, though. I mean, the first half, you look comparing it to NC State in the AC tournament, they really were just fabulous. Talk about what they were doing so well.
Yeah, in the locker room there was talk that might have been their best first half, or their best half of play overall, all season. Brandon Ingram, Luke Kennard, and Grayson Allen all got hot very early on. They each made their first triples of the day, and or their first triple attempts. And Grayson Allen finished with 22 points in the half. Brandon Ingram and Luke Kennard each had 11 points, and they totaled up for 44 of Duke's 48 points in the half, and they held Yale to just 25 in the first period.
Yeah, but as great as that half was, towards the end, the Blue Devils began to slip, and Coach K really was irate. I mean, he was not throwing a chair like his former coach, but, he was very upset, and rightfully so, because the Blue Devils started to, show some smiles and were taking longer shots, not going for offensive rebounds. They wound up allowing 20 offensive rebounds during the game, which really is not acceptable. And Yale started to come back a little bit towards the end of the first half, but really in the second half, they went on a 15-0 run to pull from, I think, 54 to a lot less, to 54 to 47. But the Blue Devils kind of stayed very close toward the end with Yale, but did keep it. They made a few foul shots at the end. Brandon Sherrod had a chance with, last minute of the game, down by 5 points. He had a chance in the paint to get a shot up. He did get the shot up under the hoop. It didn't go. So the Blue Devils have to feel happy about that. Talk about a little bit defensively also, what they were able to do, zone, man-to-man. I guess, how did that affect how Yale played?
Yeah, especially in the first half, the Blue Devils were able to shut Yale down. Makai Mason went on for 31 points in Yale's first game in the upset against Baylor, but ultimately today the Blue Devils were able to hold him to just 6 points in the first half, and Yale shot just 9% from range. But in the second half, obviously Brandon Sherrod was able to get a few points up in the paint, and Yale did come alive a little bit from range as well. I guess the Blue Devils defense, part of it was an effort issue after they got comfortable with their lead early on. But the Blue Devil defense began to falter in the second half. Yeah,
and you wonder how tired they were also. Again, they're playing 2 times in 3 days. The Blue Devils will get the winner of number 1 seed Oregon and number 8 seed St. Joe's. But for the meantime, they, again, have to feel really happy about the win. You wonder if there are signs of a team that is, really up. I mean, first half was so good, as we talked about. The second half, not so much. I mean, can the Blue Devils really sustain that first half production? Against Notre Dame, they faltered. This is a team that loves to play down, I think, in the second half or close, because, they did that against UCNW in the first round game. So anyways, the Blue Devils are going to head to the Sweet 16 for the second time in as many years. They'll take on the winner of number 1 and number 8 seed. But for now, they'll soak up a few days of rest, relaxation, and a lot of game plan. So anyways, for Meredith Cash, I'm Jack Dolgin. You can follow all of our coverage before the Blue Devils go to Anaheim next week on thedukechronicle.com and Twitter @DukeBasketball. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.